Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic. We are coming up to the new year, and the end of the year means the end of a month, of course, and the beginning of a new month means that there will be a new Sudoku hunt on Patreon on the 1st of January, and that will be coming out at 4 p.m. our time on the 1st. I don't even dare guess what day of the week that is anymore. I can't work it out. I think it might be Monday, but I'm not sure. Anyway, you will know better than I do. And that will be coming out on the 1st. Patreon, always worth checking out. If you have a $3 a month membership, you can watch Simon solving Snackdoku, which is great fun. There's also all kinds of other content there. On the channel today, Simon has solved the Times cryptic crossword for the masterclass. There's always the extra hard solve on Patreon as well. There's loads going on streaming. We're streaming on Saturday night. That's tomorrow night at 11 p.m. our time, 6 p.m. New York time, I think. So work out when that is based on your own time zone. We'll be going back to Chance of Sonar and trying to finish that off, and we'll certainly try and extend the video out to be 2 hours, even though we took 2.5 last time. Looking forward to that, actually, despite our efforts in episode 6 of Chance of Sonar, which you can catch up with on the channel. Loads going on, of course. There's all our apps, there's our merchandise. Check out the links under the video. Our apps are brilliant. LINES Sudoku doesn't include any zipper lines yet. There's a hint, but it will do in due course. And there's the merchandise, Sven Sudoku Pad. I don't know what else I've mentioned. The first link is to this puzzle, and this comes from a new constructor, Anthony Anderson, who said that the puzzles that we have presented have helped get him through some tough times. He's a PhD student in California, and he's created this puzzle for the channel called Per Zip, which I think is reversing zip per, but I don't know. Maybe there's another reason behind it. And I am going to have a go at it today. There are we've got zipper lines in purple here, but we've got some new blue dots that we're not used to. So I'll explain the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply. We'll be putting 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Digits that are an equal distance from the center of a purple zipper line must sum to the digit in that line. So the values in those cells add up to the value there. Black dots connect digits in a 1 to 2 ratio, and blue dots, the big blue dots, connect digits in a 2 to 3 ratio. So if you know what those are straight away, good luck to you. Not all dots are necessarily given. The grid, however, here we go. The grid, I'd forgotten this. The grid contains 9 doublers, 1 in each row, column, and 3x3 box. Each digit from 1 to 9 is doubled exactly once. Doubled digits count as twice their value for the purposes of the zipper lines or the dots. So I haven't done a puzzle involving doublers for some time, and I've probably forgotten any techniques I ever knew about them, but that's what we've got. Give it a try on the first link under the video. You may be able to judge from the video length how hard I found it. I am going to start now. Let's get cracking. So, what do we do? Right, we start in the top row. Now, if there weren't doublers, I would very happily write a 9 into this cell as the biggest digit. And then I would know that each of these pairs was 2 of the other digits from 1 to 9. And I would be very comfortable that that would work very neatly. However, there is a doubler in each row, and I'm not going to write 9 in here. I'm going to think about a little secret I know, which is the total of every row, column, and box in a regular Sudoku. And that total, I'm prepared to share it with you, it's 45. Now, that is going to be the sum of all the digits in these rows and columns and boxes, but not the values of the digits, because one of them is going to be doubled. Right, okay, here is the information that you need, that you probably already have at your fingertips on this row. The sum of the values in it, not the digits, the values used in it, is divisible by 5. How on earth do I know that, you're wondering? And the answer is because this value, let's call it red, is equal to the value of the 2 yellows. This is the rule that we're given, is equal to the value of the 2 blues, is equal to the value of the 2 greens, and is equal to the value of the 2 oranges. And therefore there are 5 sets of that red value on this row. And therefore the total of the values in the row is divisible by 5. That's the way to look at this. Now, it's not 45, because that would be the value if nothing was doubled. Something is doubled, so it's 45 plus a number between 1 and 9. It's somewhere between 46 and 54, and it's divisible by 5. We therefore know that the double digit is a 5. The total of the value of the row is 50. And the value, let's put back those colours. The value of each colour here is 10. The yellows add up to 10, the blues add up to 10, the greens add up to 10, and the oranges add up to 10, and the red adds up to 10. And there's only one cell in red, so that is a doubled 5. And I'm very glad that I chose red for that, because in the actual colouring for this puzzle, I want to use red as the doublers. Everything else in that row, everything else in the box, everything else in the column is not a doubler, because there is a rule that there's only one doubler in each row, column and box. We're also not going to get another doubled 5 anywhere. Now, I don't think I can fill in these other digits, even this pair here. Even though we know these are genuine digits, there are various sets that have a 2 to 3 ratio. There is 2 and 3, unsurprisingly, 4 and 6, and 6 and 9. So those digits are from 2, 3, 4, 6 or 9. They are matched on the other side by something adding up to 10. So these ones are from 1, 4, 6, 7, 8. I mean, that's not helpful pencil marking. And I might remove it in a moment. But I'm now going to think about this line. Now, I could put a 9 here. And then these pairs will be pairs that add up to 9, of which there are obviously 4 pairs. They won't include 5, 4, because the 5 in the row is there. So this might be a 4, but that seems too small for this zipper line. Oh no, but hang on. Okay, the only 2 places for 9 in the column are in those 2 positions. Right, the fact I'm struggling with is that for any set of digits on a zipper line, where all the digits are genuine, well, for any set of values on a zipper line, the highest individual value is always in the middle. So if 9 is in this group of cells, 9 must be there. If 9 isn't in this group of cells, 9 is there. Then the value on the highest cell is 8. If 9 is there, this is an 8. And that's not going to work, because where does 4 go in the column? If 9 is there and 8 is there, 4's in one of these cells, but it would have to be opposite another 4. And that's impossible. So I am being forced to the conclusion that this is a 9. Where does 4 now go in the column? It can't go in any of these cells because it would be opposite a 5. So it must be here. How does this? Okay, something is going on with the doublers here. And I'm really surprised because, well, all of these cells are low digits, because if you double anything, to double a number that is then going to give a total less than 4, you've got to double a very low digit. Right, these 4 cells are made up from 1, 2 and 3. There is therefore a repeat digit, because there are 4 cells and only 3 numbers. That repeat digit is in that cell and that cell. Let's make them yellow for now. It's not going to be a 3, because the total value of these 4 cells is 8. If you had the... There's also going to be a doubler at play. That's weird. Okay, I'm sure we're going to have a doubled 1, but let me just work this one out. This is a repeat digit. It's not a 3 because you'd have to have a value of 1 there and a value of 1 there. That's not allowed. We can't achieve it. Now, if this was a 2, it couldn't be doubled in either instance. It would have to be genuine. The values of these two cells would both have to be 2 by the rule, the zipper line rule. And although you could make those up with a 2 and a doubled 1, you would be repeating too many 2s. So these are repeat 1s. And one of them is doubled. Yes, one of them is doubled. That is how we're going to do this. Oh, that's so strange. It's definitely right though. One of them is doubled and is going with a 2 to make up the 4 total. If that was doubled, that's a 2. If that's doubled, that's a 2. And the other one is a regular 1 and is going with a 3. And that's how we're going to make up the 4 total. This is so weird. Right, one of these two is a doubler. And that means none of these cells or these cells are doublers because they are seen by both potential doublers. What do I do next? I'm finding this puzzle very confusing already. One of those yellows is a doubler. Okay, let's take out the yellowness. Do I know which one? I don't see how I can possibly know which one yet. Okay, where does 9 go in the bottom row? No, that is a useful question. Well, it's almost a useful question. I don't think 9 goes in either of these cells because this is a genuine value cell. We've now painted it green. Therefore, it's not greater than 9 as a value like that one was. And therefore, you can't put 9 in one of the positions where it needs to add to a positive number to get to that. So 9 is not in those cells. 9 is in one of these 3. Now, I'm tempted to write it straight into the center, but it doesn't have to be because that center could be a doubler and 9 could be on the outside. Nine itself couldn't be in the middle and be a doubler. Do I know which one of these is the doubler? Is there some way I know that? I'm not sure I can see how I know that. These other cells are 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but those don't have a 9. Right, these are genuine cells. Oh, why did I leave out 8? Not sure. These are genuine cells, but they can't be 5s. Those are 6, 7, or 8. These are from 1, 2, or 3. I need to figure out which of these is the doubler. Is there a way to know? Oh, yes, there is. These need a doubler. That's it. These need a doubler. If these were all green, all ordinary digits, you could put 9 in the middle, but you've used 1, 2, 3, and 4 as digits in the row. Those two would add up to at least 11. So there is a doubler in that segment. And that means that these are not doublers. That's what it means. And therefore, there is a doubler in that group of cells and not here. And there is a doubler in those two cells. In fact, we know it's that one now. And therefore, these aren't doublers. These are all not doublers. And there is a doubler in this group of cells with the 9. That's interesting. The 9 is not the doubler. Because if it was the doubler, it would come to a value of 18 if it was in one of those cells, but against a non-doubled total, which is impossible. And if it was the doubler here, it would be a value of 18, and you couldn't get to that 18 with two ordinary green cells. So the 9 is not the doubler. The 9 is not in the middle. Because if that was a genuine 9, you'd need a doubler on the outside in digits that would already have to be 5 or 6, 7 or 8. The total would be too much. So 9 is not in the middle. 9 is in the outsides. This is now the doubler. Because 9 plus something is going to give you a total that is over 9. That's the doubler. And that's interesting because that is giving us another fully green line here on which this is the highest digit in the column. And it's not a 9. Ooh, that's interesting. Okay, I'm going to put 7 or 8 there. Where is the 9 in the column? I now know where the 9 is in the column. These are all genuine digits. It can't be on one of these. It's there. Right, and that is going with a 6 in the 2 to 3 blue dot ratio. And we can fill in these cells the other side as 4 and 1. Wow. Now, this is... Well, if this was... Okay, what is this? If this was 7, these digits are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that is an 8. A doubled 8 has 9 and 7 on its flanks and a 5, 6 pair over here. That's clearly possible. If this is an 8 instead, then these are 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. This is a doubled 4, and that's not enough. Perfect. So this is a doubled 7. This is a doubled 8. The 8 is flanked by 9 and 7. I can't fill in any of these cells. That's fine. We'll get back to those. This is a 5, 6 pair. This cell is bigger than those. It's not 7 because then whichever one of these was a 6 would need a value of 1 here, and you can't get that. We've got this 1 here. We couldn't double something to give it. In fact, I'm tempted to say neither of these can be a doubler. No, that's not true. You could have a doubled 2 plus 5 equals 9. Pity. Now we're going to run into this black dot sequence. Right, I think I have to move over here to this 5, 6 pair. So we need to think about this. Ah, what? Well, this could be a doubler. Okay, what are the values that can go on the black dot? Right, okay, first thought is you can't just, you can have a doubler on a black dot, but you can't have the small number doubling or the same digit will be in the 2 cells. Well, no, hang on. What on earth do I mean? I don't know what I mean. What I'm thinking is you couldn't put 2 and 4 in these cells as digits. I don't know what you can put. You can't put 3 in them either. Because 3 doubles to 6. You can't have 3 and double 3 in them. That's the sort of thing I was thinking about. Oh, this is weird. I don't know how to think about this puzzle at all. That's becoming very clear. Okay, if that's an 8, the values up here have to be 3 and 2. And they would have to be genuine low digits. You can't double, we're not allowed another 1 in the box, so you're not doubling anything to get to them. They would be, so if this is 8, we've got 5, 6, 3, 2. These cells are 4, 7 and 9. And there is no way that this can be in play, even using a doubler. 4, 7 and 9... it just won't work. So this is not an 8, this is a 9. The values of these cells are now 4 and 3. So one of them is a genuine 3. The other one is either a doubled 2 or an undoubled 4. If it's a doubled 2, then this could be a 4-8 pair and that could be a 7. In fact, where's 7 going to go in the box? It can't go on these. It can't go on the black dot in any guise. It's got to go here. Interesting. These are 2, 3, 4 and 8, but we have to have a doubler. So if these are a genuine 3 and 4, if these are a genuine 3 and 4, then this is a doubled 2 and that's an 8. And that works fine. Let's just fill that in as a possibility. That would be a doubled 2 and that would be an 8. Now alternatively, these are a 3 and a doubled 2. And then this will be 4 and 8, but that could be in either order. Now one of these is an 8, and that much we know. So this isn't an 8, this is 2, 3 or 7. Opposite on this zipper line, 7, 3 or 8. These can't be a 2, 3 pair because of those. Oh, well, these are either oh look, I can fill in these digits. 1 plus a genuine 3 equals 4. Doubled 1 plus 2 equals 4. Right, now, this is 2, 7 or 8. That's 3, 7 or 8. And these are a pair that add to 10. Now, if it's 3, 7, that's a 1, that's a 2. If it's 8, 2, okay, we know the order then. Yeah, these come down to 2 possibilities each. If it's 8, 2, that's a 1, 3 pair. So these include a virtual 1, 2, 3 triple and 1 high digit, 8 or 7. Now this could be 9. It can't be higher. Yeah, where does 9 go in this column? That's a nice question. 9 can't be in either of those cells, especially doubled, because it will break this one. 9 can be here, even doubled. I'll think about that in a moment. 9 can't be here by Sudoku, and I don't think 9 can ever be on the black dot, because you can't get a value of 4.5 and the reason you can't have an 18 value on the black dot is you'd be using another 9 in the same column or row. So 9 is here. That's weird. Now, I was going to say that is definitely a green value, because if you doubled it, how do you get to 18 in these cells? And it's just suddenly occurred to me you could double one of them or both of them and get there easily. So I don't dare say that that is not a doubler, and it wouldn't get me very far if I did. Oh, that's not a 4. I've only just seen we've got a 4 up here. That is 2 or 3, but it could be doubled 2. So the value of this cell, it's not 1. It's either 4, 6, 2 or 8, the value of the cell. It's not 5. Where does 5 go in the column? I don't think 5 goes here, because, well, the only way it could go here, 5 is not ever in a 2-3 ratio. However, it could be doubled 5, except we've had doubled 5, so it doesn't go here. 5 is in one of these cells. Interesting. Now, well, this was always 6, 7, 8 or 9. No, it's not 4 anymore. 6, 7, 8 or 9. What? But 5 can't go with a 1 here to make 6, because we've used the 1 in the box. Ooh. Oh, hang on. We're going to use doubled 2 down here, aren't we? Whichever disposition of the numbers 2, 3 and 4 is occurring down here, we're doubling 2. We've got a black dot with an 8, which needs a 4 value, and those need a 4 value. So we need 2 4 values, one of which we're getting by doubling the 2. So we can't have a double digit here, because it would have to be a doubled 2, but we've already had a doubled 2. So these do not include a doubled digit. They are either 5 2 or 5 3. And this is not a 9 now, that's 7 or 8. And that is a weird quintuple of 1, 2, 3, 7, 8. The rest of these are 4, 6, 9. Okay, and we've used 5 here. We've got a 2, 3, 5 triple in this column. And this is a 6, 8 pair. But I don't know where the doubler is. It could be any of these. But 6 or 8 on the black dot with a value of 2, 3 or 4 here. That's very frustratingly available to be anything, isn't it? Well, no, it can't be a value of 2 here anymore. So if this is a 2, it's doubled, and that's an 8. Oh, this is getting weird. I don't think that 4, 6, 9 triple's any use at all. That's really, really annoying. There must be a 1 in one of those cells. So there must be an 8 in one of these. And therefore none of these are 8. That can't be 9 anymore. That's just Sudoku. I hadn't noticed it. Oh, we've got a 2, 3, 4. No, we don't necessarily have a 2, 3, 4 triple, or we'd have roping. Which we might have, but I can't tell yet. Ah! Am I really going to have to think about this stuff? Probably. I don't think this line's any use to me at the moment at all. Oh, 2 and 3 must be in that group of cells. It doesn't really do anything. Okay, maybe I need to think about this wretched blue dot, but there just seem to be a lot of possibilities. So if this is a genuine 6 or 8, well, okay, it can't be 6, 9. It could be 6, 4. That could be a 4, ordinary 4. If this is an 8, then this could have a value of 12 and be a doubled 6. And is that it? This is either a regular 4 or a doubled 6. I don't know, I might have missed something. Let me think again about 6 or 8 here, which could be doubled. A regular 6 in a 2-3 ratio leaves either 4 or 9 here, but this can't be a 9, you can't double to a 9. So this, oh well, it can't be a doubled 2 because of that, but that was worth thinking about. So a value of 4 or 9. Yeah, a value of 4 here if that's a 6. If that's an 8, this has a value of 12. That's all it can be. So it's either a doubled 6, which would require that to be a doubled 9. No, what I haven't thought about is 6 being doubled here, or 8 being doubled here. So let's go through that. If 6 is doubled here, it's 12. Now that has various ratios. This could be an 8 now. Oh, bother. That won't work, interestingly. If 6 is doubled there, that's not doubled. Then a value of 8, so this value has to be under 9. Oh, that's very interesting. That's going to rule out this being doubled at all. If this is doubled, that's not doubled. That is a full value of 9. This doubled is 12 or 16. The ratio thing must force this under 9. Its value would be 8 at best. That's all it could be by being, well, a digit 8. But that would have to be a digit 1 to make up the 9 sum, and it can't be. So this is not doubled. That is a single digit. It is either 6 or 8. This is now no longer 8. It's 4 or 6. It can't be doubled 2 to get to 4. It can't be 9. And if that's 8, this would have to be doubled 6 to be 12. Okay, that is possible. This value would be 6, and that could even be a doubled 3. So this can be doubled 6 if that's doubled 9. Otherwise, it's 4. Oh, in which case this would have to have a value of 5 or 14. It could have a value of 14, but it couldn't have a value of 5. Oh, that's so freakish. Oh, this puzzle is a head wrecker. Oh, I just need to somehow see this in consonance with this black dot, or maybe that one. And one of these is a doubler somewhere here. Oh, goodness gracious. This can't be a doubler, because you could never get it to match down there. So that value is 6 or 8. This one, therefore, is, well, it could be double. Well, it can't be double that, because you would need the same digit to be here doubling it. So it must be, the value of this is half of that. It is 3 or 4, which is either done with a 3 or a 4, which is not doubled, because we can't do double 2 there. Okay, so one of these is doubled. And if that's doubled, that's not, in which case that's 9. Oh, this doesn't work. How could 9 not be doubled? That can't be. Oh yes, it can be a simple 6. I thought it couldn't. Oh, this is so complicated. This can be the doubler if it's a 2. Then that's an 8, that's a 4. Oh, that forces that to be a 6. So if this is the doubler, it's a 2, that's 8. Oh, this doesn't work. If this is the doubler, it's a 2, making that an 8 and that a 4. And that makes both of these into 6s based on what I've done. So that doesn't work. This is not the doubler. Now we know this is the doubler. Wow, we've got an 18 total. We can't just, well, by Sudoku, this is the doubler. So we can green all of these cells. Wow, this is crazy. Okay, and the value of this line, 18 there, made up by either 8 or 12 here, and either 10 or 6 here. We can't have 10, because that would be doubled 5. So that's not a 4. That is now a 6. That has to be an 8. The value of these is 8 and 12. The value of this cell is 6, but I don't know if that's doubled 3 or single 6. This is now a 6 by Sudoku. That's a 3, that's a 3. This is not a 3. There is, oh, I mean, I still don't know which of these are, but on the zipper, that's become a 6. That's a 5. Sorry, let me put those in full. That did not fix what this was. Oh, this has become a 5-2 pair there now in the column. That's a 7. Oh, that's going to do the top row. That's 2, that's 8. That's not going to do all of the top row. We've got a 3 in a corner somewhere up there, but I don't know where. Now, that 8 and 2, what do they do? Nothing further down. Yes, they do. There is a 2 in one of these. Yes, that's not a 2. This is a 1-3 pair. That is a 6-8 pair, and this is a 2-7 pair. 1 is there by Sudoku. This is a 4-5-8 triple. That's become a 5 by Sudoku somehow. I think this is a 9, and that's a 4, and we've finished column 4 extraordinarily. 2, 6, 9, 4, 5, 8. That's a 7. Okay, does that feed across here? Not at all. Not by one Scooby-Doo. Seven is in one of those 2 cells by Sudoku. Oh, we've kind of, apart from this cell, we've sort of finished these lines. I don't have much left to go on then. Oh, okay. Now, what red cells have I got? Because we have one of each. What doublers have I used? 1, 5, 6, 8, 9, and there's a 2 here. So the remaining doublers to be used are a 3, a 4, and a 7. Ah, they're not here. They're in this box where it's got to be a doubled 4 because that's those cells C, 3, and 7. So there is a doubled 4 there. There is a doubled 3 or 7 in that box and 1 in that box. Ah, I don't know how they work. Okay, but there's a doubled 4 here. Oh look, by Sudoku there's a 9 in these cells as well as a 4. That's a 4-9 pair, including a doubled 4. That's strange. 4, 9, well, what does that do? Doesn't do anything, does it? Yes, where does 8 go in this row? I can fill that in now. It does do something. 3, 6, 7. This is 1, 2, or 5. By Sudoku, no, by zipper rules, that makes that 6, 2, or 5. There is a 6 in one of those 2 cells. I mean, I'd love to know whether it's here. If that was a doubled 3, that's an ordinary 7. Ah, this can't be a doubled 3 because this box would need a doubled 7. And the doubled 7 couldn't go in that row with the 7 in or in this row with another doubler. So that can't be a doubled 3. That's a single 6. Oh, that's an interesting way of looking at this actually as well. Well, let's just do the Sudoku first. Or maybe there isn't, I don't know. Is that going to give anything more? 7 is, I don't know, that felt weird. If one of those is the doubler, it's a 3. And then that will be doubled 7. And if one of those is the doubler, it's a 3. So the doubled 3 is in this row because we've already had a single 7. Therefore, the doubled 3 is in this row, and that's not a 3, that's a 1. Wow, that's weird. That is a strange way of looking at this. Now the double, yeah, okay, so this is proof that the doubled 3 is in this row, the doubled 7 is in this row, but I don't know where it goes. Now, yes, that 8 looks here. That makes this a regular 4. That's a 2, and it's the doubler. And this is a regular 8. And that puts 8 here, which is not a doubler, because we've had a doubled 8. We need either a doubled 3 here or a doubled 7 here. Oh, well, we know that's a 9 by Sudoku. This is a 7 by Sudoku. That's a 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the corner. And this must be the doubler. It's the doubled 7 there. Excellent. So the doubled, well, that's become a 7. That fixes 9 and 7 down there. Aha, that fixes 9 and 4. We know this box needs its doubled 4, so that is the doubled 3. These remaining cells can go green. We know where all of our doublers are and what they all are everywhere in the puzzle, and now we can finish it off, he said, with an absurd degree of self-confidence. That's 2 or 5. That is 4. By the zipper rule, that's 3. Then we can do 2 and 6 on either side. That's a 4, and we've got a 1-5 pair. The 1 or 5 makes this a 2 or 6, which is a 2. So, this is all working well at the moment. And then we've got, what is this? Do we know what that is? Yes, that's a 5 in the box. There we go, 2, 5, 1 and 8 here. That's a 1, that's going to fix it all. Oh, we're going to finish now. This is brilliant. I'm so relieved because this was confusing all the time. 5 and 8, 5 and 4. 3, 4, 7 in this row, just like that. That 7 does 2 and 7, and we can do 3 and 2 over here. And now we've just got 3 cells to fill in, which are 2, 1, 5, and I think we're finished with per zip. There it is. Fabulous puzzle. That's really good. Very good, Anthony. I like it. The fact that you share a name with Simon as well is excellent, I'm sure. But that was really tough. That line, that was doing me a head in. Anyway, I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and have a great end of year. Bye for now.